the present moment. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not disturb yourself by picturing your life as a whole. Do not assemble in your mind the many and varied troubles which have come to you in the past and will come again in the future, but ask yourself with regard to every present difficulty, what is there in this that is unbearable and beyond endurance?" This quote encapsulates the essence of focusing on the present moment. Often, our minds are consumed by past regrets or future anxieties, which in turn hampers our ability to exercise self-discipline. Aurelius teaches us the importance of concentrating on the here and now. By doing so, we can break down seemingly insurmountable challenges into manageable pieces and exercise control and discipline in our immediate actions. This focus on the present moment is a cornerstone of self-discipline, allowing us to take meaningful and virtuous actions without being overwhelmed. Lesson 2. Detachment from external validation. Marcus Aurelius was acutely aware of the transient nature of fame and the opinion of others. He wrote, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinions of himself than on the opinions of others."
What's going on, y'all? Raj here, thanking the Heavenly for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. As you hear in the background, I'm checking out some information. So I thank the Heavenly for that. I thank the Heavenly for breath, breathing, everything that's going on in my life, no matter whether it's something that, of course, I messed up on, or whether it's something I achieved. Whatever it is, I'm always faithful, always staying faithful. That's the only thing I can do is be faithful, you know. I understand my breath don't come from me just waking up every morning, but it comes from me having mercy and grace extended to me. Because some others don't. Some other people are in hospitals. Some other people are in misery. Some other people going through psychological. Some other people going through family issues. A lot of things going on. And that's why I'm by myself. Now, this is not to, I guess, I don't want to say denigrate. That's a strong word. This is not to kind of refer to anyone that I've been involved with. And I'm saying that to say because I know a few people, they look at my videos and they might decide to share and say, "Oh, I think Raj is talking about you and something or the other." And that's not my intention here to do that. I think my intention, my overall intention is really to be encouraging to others and to let them know that there's more to life than actually being in a relationship. I would like to be in a relationship. I really would. I will start. I would just say right now, before I get to that part of this talk, that I can say I was with 4 women in my lifetime. 4, maybe 5. No, I'll say 4. 4 women in my lifetime that I really could have saw myself being with, or I was with them. And unfortunately, we're not together anymore for whatever the circumstances may be. 2 of them was marriages. 2 of them were not marriages, okay? And these people I dearly respect. I dearly love. I mean, I love, not in a I love you way, like you my wife way, but in a loving way, a caring way, a way that I think the Heavenly would like me to love anybody who's really been a part of my life and has truly been helpful. But then we can always say, well, why aren't you still with these people? Why aren't you still with these women? Let's keep it about women. Why aren't you still with these women who meant a lot to you, and now you're not with them anymore? And whether your fault or something you did or so on and so forth. So again, this is not to cast blame on anybody. This is not to bring anybody down. This is not to get somebody who knows who I'm probably talking about to say, "Rod, just talking about you, I can tell." This is not about that. This is mainly from a brother, from a standpoint of who finds herself misunderstood in many ways, in more than one. But it's only because I cherish my freedom. I cherish my privacy. I cherish more than anything else, my faith in the heavenly. I cherish that. I cherish that. And, I cherish how I live my life, how I eat, how I music, or, whatever this other stuff I do. that's not superficial to me. People say it's materialistic, but everything I do has growing behind it. From my studio to me wearing nice clothes and whatsoever. All this is marketing, and I need to market because my profession is to market myself. I can't just be rolling around looking like any old thing, any old body, stinking up the house and whatever, and not wearing, nice clothes or maybe even smelling nice and fragrances. I already talk about them. And I think the good thing about that, not to go off too far off the ramp, is to say that I've encouraged a lot of people over my years of being involved on social media when it came to YouTube. I really wasn't a Facebook person or so on and so forth, except to really just talk about music. But when I got into the fragrances, I came to YouTube because I feel that was a better platform for me other than Instagram. I'm not really an Instagrammer. I really don't care for Instagram or TikTok and all that other stuff. I just think YouTube is enough of a forum for me to talk about fragrances, music, and other stuff that I might have gotten into, okay? So I felt that I was trying to write down how I should do this about, again, running off the ramp. And also, I would like to say there's no comments activated on this, so I don't want anybody popping in talking about what fragrance they're wearing and all this stuff. So I just deactivate the comments. I was just hope that you would look at this as a video that I probably made without being live. I just happen to do it live because y'all know I'm too lazy to be doing editing and trying to do all this and trying to do all that. I'm not, look, I don't have to do all that. I'm in the business. I'm in the entertainment business, so I don't have to make myself look entertaining by doing extra stuff on videos and all that stuff. I don't need to do that. Teach his own. Other guys do it. They want to do it. Let them do their thing. Me, I'm not a friggin'. Let me say friggin'. I'm not a guy who on YouTube need to have a presentation. I tried all the intro stuff back in the day. Walk in like I'm. No, we're not doing all that. All right, I'm just a live guy, so I had to turn off the comments because I just want to get my point across. And if you guys have any questions, like, subscribe, share my channel, share with other people who you may find this to be encouraging, or maybe not so encouraging. Maybe they'll end up calling me a booty hole. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to give you my life and why I am where I am now, the 62 and a half year old guy who just trying to, live out the rest, however many left for me, at the best way I can do that. And that's without being coerced or being manipulated or being at the mercy of somebody else for the sake of being in a relationship. I'm not going to do that. That's just ridiculous. I've come too far in my life without. Now I've gotten all this. Unlike some people, I don't have anybody sitting around buying me things. I don't have nobody, oh, you want something for your studio? Here, I'll buy it. No, because if something happened, they got no time for you talking about, well, give me that back, what I just bought you. It might be a nice mic or something. I don't have no time for that. Everything I have, from my clothes to this, to the car I drive, to the place I stay, I do this myself. I struggle at times because I like to live extraordinarily. But I think I deserve to because I've worked hard in my life. I worked hard. I deserve what I have now. And again, y'all know me. I've had some of the best bass guitars and all this stuff in my life, and I got rid of all of them. So I don't have to be stuck to anything. But this right here is what I do. I've been doing music all my life, right? So that's it. And anything else is not, again, not to jump down any women that I've been involved with or in the past. Say I'm not mentioning any names down their throat, like why I'm not with them because of this. Because no, it's not even about that. This is just about men who are now single, not married, not in relationships, whatever. Because I don't want the women. Oh, are you saying that? You're messing my relationship. Like, how could I mess up your relationship? Who am I? I ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I think men. I don't care what age you are. Really think before you get into a relationship with anybody. Make sure you're not getting into a relationship because you're lonely. Make sure you're not getting in a relationship because you're horny. Make sure you're not getting into a relationship because you need somebody to help pay your bills. Make sure you're not getting in a relationship because you need somebody to give you some gas money. Make sure you're not getting in a relationship because you need somebody to take care of your kids because, they still living with you. But whatever it is. Make sure you don't have any excuses for not wanting to be in a relationship. You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't. And I'm talking about men mainly. Now, women is going to apply to you, but I'm not going to say I'm anti-women in this situation. I'm just going to say that men, not be careful of the women that you run into. Just make sure that if you run into that woman, make sure it's for everything. And don't be letting no one tell you, well, you ain't perfect, so I ain't got to be perfect. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's just going to be trouble down the road. The divorce rate right now is astronomical. There's a lot of children out here who are born off liquor, and it is what it is. You got a lot of unplanned pregnancies out here, and that is a cause. That comes down. That's one of them things that's generational. Because a lot of times, if you were born in a marriage or you were born outside of wedlock, more like you're going to do the same thing. It's just what it is. It's a generational curse. And you got to look at that stuff because it's very important, even for yourself. If you know you were in a planned marriage, a planned pregnancy, and you just happen to drop out because pop fell home, girl, whatever, man, that stuff can come down on you. I'm not saying it's a bad or a good thing. I'm just saying that's part of your life. Because how many men or women you know out here, or children, who don't have a father? He's somewhere else. Or maybe even a mother at times. She's somewhere else. Whatever it is. That's why our culture right now is in trouble. These young kids below 40 years old are in trouble. They ain't gonna know what to do except rely on other people to take care of them. So the time that you gotta check up out of here, it's time for you to visit that next realm, and you leave them here by themselves, they ain't gonna have nothing. They ain't gonna know what to do. Because they generationally cursed. Because they didn't get that. They ran into the wrong time with the wrong parents that are more interested in themselves, more interested in their kids, and how they need to get them out of that generational curse by not letting them stay with them when they freaking 20, 30 years old. Who does that? And one reason why I'm not married, I just got to say it, and be in a relationship. I'm not going to be with a woman who still got grown kids still living with them. It's just not going to happen. That's ridiculous. And I definitely wouldn't let a woman, I would never be involved with a woman who has a woman, grown women living with them. Now, more often than not, just in what I've learned throughout my lifetime, a lot of women don't live with their moms. They can't wait to get out of there. I heard, and this is what I heard, can't have two bleeding women in the house at the same time. Simple as that. I've heard that before. And we sharing no tampons, sharing panties, all that stuff. Nobody wants to see each other dripping all over the place. Nah, women be out the door in a minute. But dudes, these Jody-ish men, and the women who are enabling them to live with them, y'all need to look at baby boy, and you need to study baby boy. And you looked at baby boy, but a lot of you ignored baby boy. You ignored everything about baby boy. All you gotta do is go from there. All you gotta do is go from the beginning to the end, and you'll see that was very successful. Because in the middle, mama said, mama gotta have a life too. A lot of you are sacrificing your life for grown behind children, for whatever it is. And more than likely, more often than not, sometimes because you got children out of wedlock, daddy nowhere around, or you're not in a relationship with the sperm donor or the husband or the man of your life who you had the child with. What you think they're going to do? What kind of example do you set that you continually want to cry about how black man, black woman can't do this, can't do that. They just want to check from the government and all this stuff. That's the same thing your kids going to be doing. Because after social media runs out, or after social media get to the point that they trying to get friends on social media, get somebody to follow them whatsoever, and it ain't happening, and then they wonder why ain't nobody following them, now they're going to do something extreme. They're going to do something crazy, and it's going to embarrass the family and might even embarrass you. Might have been a little Uzi Vert. You know, some craziness, want to be rappers and all this stuff. Man. That is why things are going on this planet right now. That's why. I ain't gonna get political, but that's why they letting the illegal aliens in here. Cause you know black kids ain't gonna want to work. If they ain't doing nothing on Facebook trying to get some likes and all this stuff, and blah 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 blah. If they gotta get a job, they gotta get a job. They live with moms. Some of them live with their fathers. But there would be no way that my child would be living with me. Because I'm not generationally cursed. All right? My mother and father had me intentionally. I also had my sister intentionally. They stayed with each other until they was gone to the next realm. You don't have that now. These children don't have anything to look up to. Dad over here, mom over here. Dad might not be anywhere. Mom might be over here acting a fool on showing her butt and all that stuff on social media, trying to get attention, trying to get that boyfriend back, that eighth uncle that her son or daughter done seen, been coming over the crib, the eighth uncle, out of who knows how many uncles that came over there. She trying to get him back because he was the last uncle. She getting older, and she don't know what to do. And everybody's seeing that she all over the place. So now everybody want to be with her. Women are going through it right now. But they don't want to admit they're going through it. They just want to admit that we're black women and we're this and we're that and we got... No. That's not helping. That's hurting. A lot of you think you're too cute, too fine, too this, with your pictures showing all that stuff, that you are in position. But you're not in position. You're not in position because you ain't got a man. All you out here is who doing this and doing that and posing and all this stuff and you ain't got a man. You got me? I would say that eloquently, but I don't have to. I'm talking hood. Y'all ain't got no man. That's why you on the internet all day, showing your butt, showing your boobs, showing your girl, and y'all don't do it for us. Y'all not doing it for us. You might be doing it for the man who left you, for another honey, who he gonna do it to next, or you're doing it because you're just into yourself, and you got low self-esteem. You're single on Facebook, flip-flapping around, balling, calling, looking nice, working out, all that stuff, but you ain't got no man. Where your man at? All that cuteness don't mean nothing. And only people reaching out to you, somebody want to get your panties and call you a day. That's all they want to do. And you're going to do it. You're going to do it because you're lonely. You're going to do it because you generationally cursed. And that's because a lot of you who don't have, probably came out of a family that was in a divorce. Or maybe they was never even married and they had you as a child. It's just what it is. These are facts, man. Facts are facts. And the reason black people always getting offended when somebody say the truth is because they don't want to admit to the truth. It's a fact that if you came out of a broken marriage, your mother and father are not together, and you there, I'm not saying you can't be successful, but more than likely you're going to do the same thing. The odds are you're going to do the same thing. The odds are your children are going to do the same thing. It's going to be generational. Look at the people around in your life right now. Look at everybody you know who didn't have a mother and father raised growing up, and see where they at now. Look at it, see where they at. See where they at with their children on this. See where they are at. I don't have to talk about it. I can bring it to your attention. I only say that because we need to stop that. We need to stop that. That's why I'm by myself. But I'm never by myself. I have many friends. Homies, homegirls, plenty of friends I can hang out with. There's not a night I can't hang out with somebody if I want to hang out. With a female. Give a call. What's up? What you doing, Raj? Let's go get something to eat. I can do that every day of the week. Not because I'm trying to get some panties, but because I'm just fun to be with. No, they know they're with somebody who got a bit of sense. They know they're with somebody who's doing something. I'm not just out running the street, smoking weed. I need me some weed. You're not going to smoke weed now legally because I'm not working for SEPTA anymore. 35 and a half years. 35 and a half years. I don't know nobody with SEPTA 35 and a half years except for the people I've been working with in my department for 35 and a half years. So women, do you see your child working for 35 and a half years in anything? They're not. They're going to work 3 days here and quit, 4 months here and quit, 5 years here and quit because they had no stability, because they didn't have they didn't have a parental structure to show them how that could be done. I did. Thank heaven I did. I thank heaven for my mother and father. And their marriage wasn't perfect. My mom was an angel. Never hit me, never touched me, never hit my sister, never touched us, didn't use profanity. She smoked and she stopped smoking. But she ain't had no vices. All she did was help people. Help older people. Help people that came up and helped her. That's all. My dad was a whippersnapper. He's a business guy. He out in the streets. He got his own freaking stove down 18th and Susquehanna started in 1968. My dad opened that store up called Homeboy Barbecue Pit. 1825 West Susquehanna Avenue. Now, right now, 1825 West Susquehanna got a house there now. They used to be my dad's barbecue stove back in the day. So I grew up seeing my dad with a business. How many of you women had the man who gave you a child has established a business for your child or your both for your child to have some kind of template to see how far they can go in life? And I ain't talking about social media. You can use that afterwards. I'm talking about building outside of social media and now bringing that to social media to be more positive to other people their age, right? Now you don't. But some of you got children that's out there working. At least they're out there working. But are they working to leave you? Or are they working to stay with you? Right? Our culture's done. And the children gonna be done. When you check up out of here again to go to the next realm, deal with your situation, then you got to figure out how they're going to go. I was with this young lady. She always used to say that. If something happened to me, I don't know what y'all going to do with yourself, because she realized that they were dependent on her. A lot of you women got children that are dependent on you. And the majority of them are men. Men that you allow to sit up in your house at the age of 30, 40, maybe even 50 years old. I got a friend of mine, her son just came back to her crib. I ain't mentioning no names. He's freaking 50 years old. Just came and moved back with his mom. Mom trying to get her groove on. He back. Yo, I can understand going back home for a second. I had to do it when I got divorced, when I was married, and then we're going to get to that whole chronological situation and why it put me where I am now. If you got to go through something and you got to make a transition, right, and you can't stay with your homie's crib whatsoever, I moved back in with my mom and dad. My mom and dad, okay? Mom and dad. Not mom and dad. I moved back with them, so I got myself straight, got me an apartment, sold a crib, and bada bing, and now I'm moving on. How am I gonna walk around my mom in the house with my penis swinging? I need freedom. I ain't gonna be to nowhere. I gotta walk around my drawers on when I need Willie to be swinging. If I ain't put no drawers on, I'm gonna go take a leak, and I ain't gonna have nobody there to stop me from not. I like my freedom, yo. I like it. I like it. I had no problem being where I am now. Heaven will tell you. Heaven will tell you I have no problem being where I am right now. I am totally happy being alone. I'm not lonely. Because again, I can call anybody any time of day. What you doing? Why don't you come over? This is a good movie. I can do that. Whether it's mostly females, of course. I don't ask dudes to come over and look at a movie. But you might say, let's go hang out, man, and, get a drink. Yes. But I'm not lonely when it comes to women. I'm not bragging about it. But because I'm not an a-hole. And they're not coming over here with a dude who ain't doing nothing, who just want to stick them in the drawers. Nah, dog. Nah. All right? So now, that's it. So monitor your children. Give them more motivation. Stop letting them stay into your house because they got excuses. They just don't want to pay no bills. They're irresponsible. They don't want to get out there and try to pay for a friggin' what's wrong? What? It could be $2,000 a month here. $1,700 a month. Car note. I'm driving a Beamer. No money down. So you know how much I'm paying for that? Insurance, consolidation loan, business loans. I got to pay all this stuff back. I ain't bumming no woman to give me a couple of dollars for gas. I ain't bumming no woman so I can make a doggone payment. My child would never be in that position of being reliant on me. Unless they really had to do it. And at times we really had to do it. It might be a psychological thing. We go through psychological stuff. I've been through psychiatrists. I know how it is. I ain't no punk. I ain't stupid. And I was praying too. A lot of black folk think they can handle their business by yelling at people. Instead of going to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and of course, many of you may not have a kind of a conduit for that. Maybe you don't have any health care that can allow you to go to one and maybe pay $25. Maybe you have to go to one you got to pay $125. Whatever it is. Is it worth your life to get your life right? Or is it better for you to over here on Facebook or social media or TikTok or flip-flop and all that stuff, trying to get people to approve of you when you don't even approve of yourself because you don't even want to take yourself to have somebody give you advice. And when you go to psychiatrists or psychologists, they're there to listen. They listen and they evaluate. Now, some years ago, I had to do that. I had to go. I was caught between being saved within the religion of Christianity and now trying to switch from being, trying to think that however people, look at these pastors and everybody else who fronting the game, right? And we ain't going to even talk about that situation. Out there fronting, and I'm thinking that, I can do that too. I can just, hey, Jesus, dunk me in the tub. Let's get it. I'm out. Man, that was tough. That was tough. To go from freaking drinking and all kinds of stuff and blah, 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 and fornicating and hitting these honeys up in the shorts, on a regular basis. I was a straight hoe. When I got divorced, my second divorce, I was a hoe. I was a hoe. You know what I mean? And that means if I was a hoe, that means it wasn't like it was just on me. I ain't pay for it, right? Black people meet became my friend. And I slept with a lot of women and black people meet. And I'm thanking heaven that I ain't get anything. I didn't catch anything. I'm thanking heaven that he could, anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. I could end up with a crazy woman, mess around, got killed, got shot, got stabbed. Anything could happen. It had to be a disease. It could have been anything. And I was out in these streets acting a fool. Just, yo, what's up? I'm on my way over. Some of them buns. You know what I mean? And I was doing that. I don't have to do that anymore. Not for the sake of sex. Not saying, okay, I can just call somebody to have sex. No, I'm just saying I don't have to do that anymore because I don't think that way anymore. I don't think that way anymore. I love to be, look, let me tell you, I want to be married. You want to get married again? Yes, I do. I indeed want to be married, but I'm not going to be married to a pain in the ass. It's as simple as that. Well, you probably set in your way. Absolutely, I'm setting my ways. So let me find somebody who got my ways. Let me find somebody who got my ways. And we straight. We straight. And whatever time it takes for me to get to that point in my life, that I find somebody who got my ways, then I'm just going to stay by myself. I'm not going to get married to somebody. I'm vegan. I got to deal with someone who wants to eat pork all the time. I'm not going to get married to somebody who don't take care of themselves and, they're just eating and walking around and they don't take care of themselves and they're looking a little out of pocket, just thinking that coochie's going to make everything all right. No, you got the wrong dude. I don't care about sex like that. I'd rather not have sex with you as opposed to have a great life with you. We eating the same way, we thinking the same way. I'd rather, if you say, well, look, yeah, okay, well, I'll take the if. I'd rather be with somebody who's like me than even have sex. Well, if I got to be just like you, no, you ain't got to be just like me. You got to be like you. If you want to eat fast food every day, go ahead. You can do that, but you ain't going to do it with me. No, I'm not going to be with anybody who eats fast food every day. Now, I eat out just about every day, but I eat nutritious foods because I'm a vegetarian vegan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for somebody who's a vegetarian vegan. If you ain't doing that, ain't no need even hollering at me. This is one thing I'm not going to let go. And I want somebody who like to pray every now and then. And you ain't got to pray in front of me. You got to do your own prayer. Prayer somewhere, but don't be fronting going to church like you praying when you know you acting a fool when you get home and you knocking off these dudes, after you go to church. This ain't no freaking Catholic thing that you go and say 5 rosemarys and flip-flapping and then you back in play. Now you going home to do some buns when you know it says don't fornicate. It becomes tiring. It really becomes tiring, but it doesn't. If I was at the point that I was just really lonely, I guess I wouldn't mind. I probably would just like, all right, I'll do it. I don't care whether you eating, freaking pork beef ribs and all this stuff. Go ahead, do your thing. I'll deal with it just to be with somebody. Nah, dudes, don't do it, man. Don't get involved with a woman who's outside of your principles. From the way you eat, from the way you think, from the way that you handle your business, from the way that you do everything you do. Do not, for the sake of being by yourself, get involved with a woman like that. Some of y'all are trapped right now. Some of you are trapped right now with a woman just like that. And it might be vice versa. Some women are trapped with dudes who you just decided, oh, you know what, I'm going to go ahead on. I'm just going to conform, and I don't want to be by myself anymore, especially older women. Now, some older women don't mind being by themselves. I know a couple, they're like, shoot, I ain't got to worry about this. Got to worry about this ingro telling me what to do and so on and so forth. I ain't got to worry about it. That's right. That's right. That's right. Good on you. Good on you. You're not desperate. You're not desperate for a man that's going to pay for everything for you, do all this, and then, y'all cheating on you at the same time. I don't get that, especially with younger women. I don't understand y'all. Again, but it's probably the way that you were brought up. You probably wasn't born up in a family that had a mother and father who was together, and if they still alive, they still together, or if they're not alive, then they left here together. Whatever it is. A lot of you don't do that. That's why you out here searching for men. All they got to do is buy you something, pay for some stuff for you, and you straight. You're straight. Give them some buns. Give him your best buns. Give him the best buns you can give him. And he's still going to be out in them streets. And you just got played. And I was talking to a friend of mine I was talking to my homie about that. I'm like, all these women out here, man, yeah, my man bought me this, my man bought me that. Yeah, your man is boning everybody on the block. I don't know why you think men are going to be faithful to you that have money who are buying you stuff. You done lost your rabbit behind mine. Because it ain't going to work that way. Some, if you find somebody on the spiritual realm and that you're married to, but I'm talking about you just starting from square one. Square one. I meet jibbity meat. Whatever. I meet the best yams quality can buy. Anybody just being yams. That's why I'm just being, I shouldn't say that. I mean, she nice. You know, she cool. Appearance is good. Looking good. Smell good. Dress good. Nice car. Got her own place. Paying the bills. She ain't a taker. She doing her thing. Let's get it. All right, pop. I know a couple women like that, right? Get together. Everything is fine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Might even be the same vibe. Yeah, okay, yeah. I like music. Oh, you like music? I like music. You know, I'm a producer, yeah. What you like to do? Well, I like to travel. Oops, scared. Because I don't fly. Now, I said in one of my songs, if you check out my new album, if you want to check out my new album, if you got a chance, if you just want to, I mean, I got 5, 6 albums out online right now. But one of my songs that says, only if it's you. And the second verse is just like this. I don't like to fly, but for you I'm gonna try. Because the plane start getting turbulent, you're gonna say, oh, it's okay, baby, we're gonna be all right. I got that. I will fly with the right woman. I'm not flying with a woman I just hanging out with. No. If I got to do something I really don't want to do, and I'm very much against it, whether it's flying or whatever it is, I am not going to do it. And I'm not going to get involved with somebody because I'm lonely and I need a steady night full of booty every night or whatever. So I'm just going to compromise my principle. Or I'm going to compromise a belief. Or I'm going to compromise something that I don't like to do for the sake of getting somebody in my life that's get some panties every night. Dudes, don't do it. It ain't worth it. All panties ain't good panties. That's another thing. I don't know. Look, this little woman look good. She got a nice body, whatever. You know, it ain't. You know they got some work, right? You know, you ain't gonna be the first one that been dipping up in that thing. And that's why we got to, as men, it's really a men-situated video. It's not an anti-woman video. It's a men. Yo, stop it, man. I mean, look, I'm gonna be with a nice-looking woman. That's gotta happen. But then there's other prerequisites. You got to be a nice-looking woman. You got to be taking care of yourself. You got to eat healthy. You can't have the children in the house. You know, all that stuff. There's qualifications. I'm not going to variate. I'm not going to do it. No. The coochie can have stars and stripes and Trump on it. MAGA. I'm still not messing with it. I'm not going to get trapped into a poo-poo game. First of all, women, for y'all who might be looking at this, there's too many yams out here for you to think that your yams is going to satisfy the man you with if you acting a fool. Now, if you acting right, you doing what you're supposed to do, and you know what you're supposed to do, and I ain't talking about just sex, I'm talking about just getting along. You ain't nagging them every 5 minutes. Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Where'd you at last night? Why you looking at her? No, no, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, bruh. You ain't the first one in them buns. She ain't a virgin. So if it's all about the buns, then you done lost already. Especially with a fly dip. Now there's some fly dips out here that value themselves. You got to run into that one. You got to run into that one. But if you haven't run into that one and you done ran into Cutie Pie, you got to know Cutie Pie, you gonna mess around, end up in some craziness. Cutie Pie is mess with you so she can make a man jealous and make sure you go to the club they're going to. Let's go to what's called club tonight. I ain't never been there before. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. Because you know a man, her ex is up in there. She know he up in there because he told her, because he talked earlier. So you know you're gonna be up in there, and now you getting all trapped up in some bull crap that she trying to make him jealous with you showing up in there, and then you get into a little, fisticuffs or freaking a shootout. Who knows? Man, these women are treacherous out here. They are treacherous because they don't think about nobody but themselves. Not all of them, but you know the ones that I do. And some women don't even like other women, and they'll tell the same story. You know what I mean? Women I had tell me stories about their girlfriends. They ain't worth a goddamn dime. She's a slut. What? It's your girl. Yeah, but she's a slut. I mean, why you say that? Because she's a slut. Okay, then. We'll leave that there. You had to keep emphasizing the sluttiness of your friend. But I'm telling you, yo, it's for my homies. I'm telling you, man, ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself if you got something going on. And if you don't have anything going on, get something going on. So you ain't putting yourself in a position that you getting involved with somebody who you know you don't want to be with just for the sake of being with somebody. I've seen some crazy relationships in my time that I'm like, why is this dude with this female looking like that? Lonely. Compromised. He got compromised. He probably stuck it. And then he got compromised. Because you just can't stick. Most women think you just going to walk out. Yeah, I'll hit them buns. All right, you know what? I don't think it's going to work for me. I got to bounce. No, women can do that all day. Especially when you dating. Come on, let's go to Capitol Grill. Okay, yeah. Oh, I love you. As soon as you got a couple of meals, now all of a sudden, somebody else hollering at her. You know what? I don't think I can do this. I don't know. It's something about the way that your chin is square like that. And I don't really date guys who have square chins. So, the purpose of this talk is to say to guys, be careful who you choose. Be careful why you choose them. Pray. Even if you're not really a good prayer, just pray. I mean, don't be saying to the freaking baby. I know growing behind people talking about something, God is great, God is good, let them think it's for our food, amen. I mean, just stop it. That's worthless. That is worthless. That's traditional nonsense of a prayer. If you believe and you have a faith that there's a Father, Son, and Holy Spirit watching over you, then you're going to talk to them like you desperate. Like sometimes I be like, oh, Father, you're going to put somebody in my life. Eventually I know you are. Yeah. And I can hear them because we all got a little heavenly inside of us that be talking back at us. And it's not ego. It's what makes sense. The Holy Spirit type thing. I ain't going to give you nobody till you stop flip-flapping around. Because that's what I would say to myself. I mean, that's what I would say if I was in heavenly and Roger was praying, oh, yeah, oh, Father, please, I would just love to have a woman just like me. She don't like to fly, but she like to travel. But she don't like to fly, and she's not insecure, and she likes me for who I am. I like her for who she is. She eats like I eat. We talk nicely. We have fun together. I mean, there's somebody who's not going to be irritating, somebody that's going to stress me out. Because at 62 years old, I ain't got no time to be stressed out. I got enough stressed out to be stressed out. I don't need nobody else stressing me out. I just need somebody just to, oh, baby, it's going to be all right. It's going, what happened? Oh, that's going to be good. I don't need anybody bother me over silly stuff. You know, and there's people who buy you for silly stuff, dudes. Y'all, you know, and remember, everybody put their best foot forward when they first meet you, just to reel you in. You know it, you do it. Yeah, come on. Come on in. Come on. You know you want it. Come on. Yeah, baby. Hit you on the DM. Yeah, babe, I be seeing you on Facebook and on social media, and you be looking fly. Do I? Did she go check out your profile? Oh, okay. You got something going on. Okay. All right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You don't like your a-hole. You know, he might not have any children like me, which is why I always gets the ladies. Because I don't have no children. I don't have no women. I don't have no children to be worrying about. Women got to worry about, they got to like somebody. That's my other pet peeve. It's like, I was this young sister. We was really entertaining, really looking at something. This was a couple years ago. And I really liked her. Little sexy thing, coworker. And I really explored the possibility of being involved with her. But she had a 17-year-old and an 11-year-old or something like that. It was 17 or 11 or something like that. So I'm like, all right, well, I know the 17-year-old, and I know I can tell her daughter's probably bounced. I mean, it's been 5 years now. That 17-year-old probably gone. But the 11-year-old, you still got to bring up the 11-year-old. And what scared me most about being with a woman who has female children, not everybody going to like your black behind, man. She might love you to death. Oh, you my soulmate, you everything. But the daughter, who might get insecure now because mama ain't paying enough attention to her, now that you're in her life, now mama, all you want to do is be with him. That's my man. Crazy. Yeah, but you know, we don't do the things we used to do because you with him all the time. And why you leave me here by myself? And blah, 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 blah. Problem. Now, mama go to work, you go to work late. You hanging out of her crib for the night because you had to stay and you know, put that thing in check. You have to check it. She been walking around all, saw her at work walking around. Girl, I like the way you walk. Whew. So you gotta go home, you gotta check it. You gotta put it in check. And now she go to work and you get up later because you ain't gotta be to work same time she gotta be up. Or you might leave before, okay, well, you know, I mean, that's what I would do. When she got to leave, I'm leaving too. I'm not staying behind. But let's say, for instance, she got up, she went to work, homies, and now you get up. Now, you don't see her daughter in the house. You think her daughter might be gone, her daughter might be out. So you decide, okay, I'm going to go butt naked and take a shower. You walk in butt naked to take a shower, and this is just a hypothetical, of course, but it can happen. And all of a sudden, the daughter come out of nowhere from the kitchen or something. Mama, he tried to get some coochie. Oh, there you go, bam. Now you're in jail. She's 11. She don't want you there anyway because she's taking away from mommy time. And now, no, ain't doing it, brothers. There's some things you really got to either pray on or use common sense or use that wisdom that's down in your gut to say, no, I don't care how good the cootie look. I don't care how good it is. Come over my crib. Sure, ain't around. I with this other sister, man. I was about to marry her, man. That girl was sexy. Yeah, I met her at my job. I don't really want to talk about it too much because the other side of that ain't too cool. But, yeah, met that sister. Oh. I was surprised I can even get a number. I just gave him a card. And later on that day, I stuck a card in her door to let her know I was really interested. Next thing you know, 3-4 years later, 3 years, I think 3 years later, I was like, will you marry me? She was like, yeah. If you want to check that out, that is the next to the last skit on the official album. No, the official came out in 2009. What album was it? And I'm asking, you ready? She was like, ready for what? So you ready to go to the spot? We were talking about the ring spot that we was going to check out the ring. You said you didn't want to go. Oh, no, I want to go, boo. Come on, let's go. And I got engaged to her that day. And that's actually on one of my albums that I talked about that. I let my man hear it. In fact, I think I played it for y'all in one of my videos. She was all that. She used to call her. She used to love me so much. Oh, I love you, boo. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So why ain't you with her then, Raj? What happened? Well, she had 2 grown kids children, adults living with her with children. Now, I understand the grandmama thing. I got that. I know y'all love your grandkids. They just, because these two people that had these grandkids, you all right with them, but they get ready to bounce. They can leave. They can always leave the grandkids over there. I got another friend. She, grandkids, blah, blah, blah. I'll never be with her because she don't meet the criteria with grown folks living with her and bringing grandkids over. I ain't down with that. I need somebody free like me. I need somebody free like you. Ain't tied down to nothing. You know what I'm saying? I have a sister and nephews. If they need me, they just call me. Yeah, what's up? That's it. I'm not going to get involved with somebody who's got some grown behind adults living with them that got babies. So it was like, all right, cool. But then the closest, once I got engaged to her, it seems as though her son just started doing all this craziness, right? We up here in my place, right? She don't look at my videos, so I'm not worried about her looking at this. But it's true. I ain't lying. We sit up here, we just got finished eating dinner, right? She cooked a nice, and this was before I went all vegan. She cooked fish. We had nice fish in. We sitting there, we eating, we looking at TV, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden the phone rang. It's like maybe like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We had got off work, so maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. We had got off work. She came over here. She's staying with me for the night. And all of a sudden it was like, huh? What? 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 Who? Already knew what it was. Already knew what it was. She got off the phone. This is the aggravation I'm talking about. You don't want to deal with stuff like this. It's crazy. I love that woman. That woman loved me. I just got engaged to you. And here we go running after your son. And she'd run after her son because that's her son. And her son, I knew her son's father. We knew each other for like 5, 6 years, playing in the same band at Triumph Baptist Church. Now, just to add a little bit more to that situation, I didn't know he even had a child. Right? So, I like telling stories, right? I'm a storyteller. I can tell stories, right? Because they're true. So, we're going to sidestep from he came up here and she had to go home because I want them tearing up my house. He over there fighting with his girlfriend. Because he knew if he called mom going to leave here and get over there. He's a baby boy. He's not more than a baby boy. These are buying and stuff, all this stuff. Yeah, he bought me this. He bought me a new ceiling fan. He bought me. I don't care where you put your little ceiling fan. You ain't gonna be living there, and we ain't living in my apartment. We getting a house. But anyway, he started doing that childish stuff because he knew mom was about to get married, and then mom wasn't gonna be there to help babysit him. But there was a situation that happened in her life a long time ago. That's why he felt that way, and I got that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. So it ended up being over. All right, so anyway, I really loved her, though. I really loved her. She was the first woman out of 2 marriages before her, well before her, that I proposed to. That was it. The 2 women I got married to early in my life, I didn't propose to them. One, the mom said, you got to marry my daughter. The second one was, I was going through something mentally, blah, 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 and said, would you marry me? And I really didn't want to get married. But I did. And in both them cases, I raised kids. I raised their children. I helped raise their children. Their children got benefits from SEPTA from me. So, hey, whatever. So, I've taken care of kids. I don't need to have kids that have not taken care of kids or had taken care of kids. But I got in that's what it's called package deal. You get in a package deal, that's what you got. But I'm not getting to no package deal with somebody who got 30-year-old children living with kids. Ain't no package deal. Package deal, the one was 6-year-old when I met my first wife, and the other 2, my second wife had 2. She was 2 and the other one was 6. And I was with her for 11 total years. Two and 6 is not 22 and 26. Period. Brothers, don't do it. If a woman got a dude, got a son living with her, leave her alone. Leave her alone. I'm not gonna say this hit the buns because I'm trying to live a righteous life. I still do a little extracurricular activity and I feel guilty and I'm like, oh, please forgive me. I was gonna do it. You know how I am. I like intimacy. I like my stuff still working real good and old. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody complaining. So it is what it is. But I'm just saying, I don't want to do it all the time. I don't want you to do it no time. I'm not condoning you to do it at all, anytime, until you're married. Fornication, premarital sex. If you're a faithful person, you know you ain't supposed to be doing it. You say what you want to say. Oh, I go say 10 rosaries at the Catholic joint, and my pastor say, give me a tithe, and it's okay. Bob girl. Oh, and Bob boy, if you think that too. So, it's like, yo, ooh, did you hear that belt? Ooh, that tea is good. Turmeric in it, ginger, cinnamon, Chinese tea bag, because I ran out of tea bags. Use that lemon in it too. All right, back to it. Lemon in there. All right, so, yeah, we broke up. Really took a break because I was tired of that. My son did this, my son did that, my son bought me this, my son bought me that. I'm like, who you want to marry? You want to marry your son or what? Because I'll let you marry your son. Just go ahead and marry your son then. Obviously, you got to marry your son. The son I didn't know you even had by a friend of mine, because he never even mentioned your son. He never even mentioned that he even had a son. And then the next day, she hit me up like maybe 2 days. No. I went to open mic night. This how things work, right? This is how things work in my life. That's why I got such an exciting later, right? So I go down to a place called LIVNG. I ain't been down there in a long time, right? Yeah, open mic down there. Stacey and them playing. All right, cool. I'm going to go down there, sing a song, whatever, still sing the same song over and over, right? I get down the joint, and there's my man who never told me he had a child, and I'm with his baby mama. So I pulled him on the side, grabbed him, said, what's up, bro? Long time no see. Yeah, man, what's going on? Everything good, man, Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Let me holler at you real quick. He's like, all right. Put me to the side. He's like, what's going on? I said, let me ask you a question. I said, you know someone named Lisa? He was like, Lisa who? I said, Lisa. She has a son. I forgot her son name. She has a son named blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, that's my baby mama. Oh, okay. See, he didn't say that's my son. He didn't say nothing about, oh, that's my son. He said that's my baby mama. You feel me? I ain't slow. He didn't want to say it was his son because he knew he never told me he had a son. It'd been like, bro, why you never even told me you had a son? But he just said, no, that's my baby mama. I said, well, he's like, why you ask? I said, because I'm seeing her right now. He's like, you seeing her? I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. That's how I found out about your son. I said, bro, you never even told me you had a son. He's like, yeah, man, we was going through some things, man, and I ain't really talking about it too much, man, cause me and her, all right, cool, whatever, man. I'm just letting you know that I'm seeing her, and you know what I mean? You got no time, I'm letting you know. I mean, I ain't seen you in the last 6-7 months since I've been seeing her, so I don't expect you to start showing up now, but I'm just letting you know out of respect, since you never mentioned your son, I never saw you come over to even ask to see your son, I don't expect to see you now, right? Nah, man, no, you good. All right, cool, bro. I'm saying, we go way back. We dip, dap, snap, playing on stage with Pastor Yamin, you know what I mean, when he doing what he do. Whatever that was. Whatever the show that was every doggone Sunday. 2 shows every Sunday. Show. So anyway, he's like, all right. It was either the next day or a couple of days afterwards. Mama called me. She said, guess what? I'm like, what? She said, guess who called me? And I was like, who? She's like, blah, blah, blah called me. I'm like, what did he call you for? Then I remember, I said, yeah. I saw him the other night down at LIVNG, and I told him that we were seeing each other, and I didn't know he had a son. She was like, yeah, he called me. I ain't heard from him in years. And he talking about something, oh, you forgot about your baby daddy? See, this is foolishness. This is where the foolishness comes in. That's why we're generationally cursed. And that's why the divorce rate between everybody, including black women or black men, black people as a whole, is astronomically ridiculous. But a lot of black men and black women aren't getting married like they used to, because a lot of them not making babies, not procreating. And, they're having sex and they're having abortions and stuff like that. Yeah, abortions, which you're not supposed to be having. And whatever. But they ain't getting married. People ain't getting married. You know what I'm saying? I want to get married. Now, I use the Muslim code for getting married. Half my age plus 7. So that'd be 31 plus 7 is 38. I'd rather you be in your 40s, though. But Muslims say half your age plus 7. Woman is good for you. And she take care of you. And That almost sound like Elijah Muhammad with my man playing them. And she don't get it. She don't take care of you and make sure that you're good and the kids are good. Or have your 8+7 is good. Yeah. Because remember, he had to leave some seeds. He wasn't supposed to be fornicating and all that stuff. You know what I mean? He's a minister, Elijah Muhammad. He wasn't supposed to be fornicating. And Malcolm found out about it. And the women he got pregnant started crying about it. And, that's what happened. I'm not a Muslim, but half your 8+7 sounds pretty good to me. I mean, not 38 though. I mean, really, 38 years old is like, yo, that's kind of old enough to be my daughter. 40 is old enough to be my daughter. You know what I'm saying? But I never had a daughter whatsoever. I see my people rolling out, but I'm still doing this video because it wasn't a video for anybody to be commenting anyway. It's for people who look at this video later on as I share it throughout the community. To again, let you guys know, man, don't get tripped up, don't get trapped up. If there's a woman and she want to be in your life and she knows where she stands in your life and she know it ain't going no further than what's going to go, then do what you got to do. Now, I'm not saying have sex with her because I can't say that. Even though I might be a violator, I believe what the heavenly says, and you should not be fornicating with other women. And there's more. That's not just a reason why you should be fornicating. I mean, when you have sex with a woman, you give her part of your. It's like part of your thing. I mean, even if you're wearing a condom, it's still part. Now, okay. Well, yeah, would that go for people who go to strip clubs? Now, I don't know because I don't do strip clubs. I never liked strip clubs. Even when I was in the Navy, I ain't like strip clubs. So, I used to go to them because I was on a boat for like 95 days, it seemed like. And when we got to a port, we all went to strip clubs. But when I got back to Philly, and my homies was doing the strip clubs, I don't feel like going to join. Come on, man, let's go to strip club. You're talking about Fox Valley. Used to be on Broad Street, Broad in the Cumberland, something like that. Used to be Fox Valley. Real dark. I would tell you a little bit more about me, but I don't want to get that deep. But anyway, I ain't really like it. You know what I mean? I ain't really like it. I was looking for septic at the time. Till I took off. I think I was out injured on duty or something. So I was out doing crap I ain't had no business doing. I wasn't married. Or was I married? I probably was married. I can't remember. No, I don't think I was married. I can't remember. Anyway, out in them streets, man. And I'm telling you, man, yo, this is dangerous out here. Anybody talking about some freaking the same. Look, Fauci made COVID and Fauci made HIV. It's obvious. Everybody know it. There's no secret. I know a lot of y'all love Fauci. He's your savior. He's your Jesus. And I got that part. Just because you don't know no better. And I got that. But what I'm saying is, you don't know what you're going to grab up out of here. You might even grab that doggone Wuhan. You mess around with somebody, man, she start coughing next thing you got that crap. Man. Nah, dog. I'm not vaccinated. I'm not into that vaccination thing, man. I'm not. A lot of people ain't making it through that vaccination. A lot of stuff is happening with people who got vaccinated. I don't want to scare you if you got it. Maybe you got lucky and you got the good one. But a lot of people who took the wrong one, they're not making it, man. They're not making it. That stuff does stuff to your DNA, your RNA, man. Your body don't do stuff, man. And, man, you start going through some stuff. Your liver started, the kidneys start jacking up and all kinds of craziness, man. You never know what's going on with this stuff, man. And that's with anything that you put in your body. It ain't just a vaccine. When I say vaccine, I'm talking about all vaccines. I mean, I've been vaccinated a long time ago, But, you want to get vaccinated, do your thing. I'm just saying, you might be with somebody who's not vaccinated. And they might give it to you who's vaccinated. Who knows what it is? All I'm saying is, no matter who you get with, make sure that whatever requirements that you need to have in your pursuit of the love of your life, if it ends up being that way, and you should hope there's going to be that way. If you're just going to be banging some yams, then let's say I'm banging yams. Same thing for the honey. You just want to get mixed up a little bit. You know what I mean? You want to get a little mix. Then get your mix on. I don't condone it. I don't think you should be doing it. I think it's a generational curse, and I think about that. But again, I'm not free from it. But I do say that I try to do it less than when I did it after I got divorced, and I was running through Black People Meet, like I was a track star, and I was hitting everything that was swinging. But then I met The first love of my life, man. See, I worked all that thing up to here. This is unscripted. So I met her. Yeah. I got an album called The Experiences, and what I did was I put just about all the major women I had relationships with is on The Experiences album. I talk about them. Maybe one that I want to be involved with. When I say, baby, won't you stay? That was a young lady. I wrote that song for her. But, she never stayed. But, so if you look at the Experience album, go check out Ride the Really Cool, The Experiences album. And though I don't sing very well on all them songs, my voice is heartfelt. I wasn't trying to sound like freaking Luther Vandross or anything when I wrote that album, when I sung that album. It just came from me naturally. However I sang it, one take, unless I messed up a word, that was it. It wasn't over and over and over and over and over and over. Nah. And the song I wrote for her after me and her split was called I'm Sorry. And to this day, I'm still sorry. I never met a woman that was so compatible, who loved me so much. Well, I'm not gonna say as far as the love part, 'cause I think my wives loved me too when I was married. But this woman was everything, man. She was truly everything to me. And I was always into music. When I met her, it was kind of funny that she was kind of seeing somebody else. I was in the music business. Showed up at the door one night. I ain't met her. Probably been about a month. All of a sudden, this guy showed up at the door, and I knew him. I'm like, "Is that blip blap at the door?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What are you doing here?" So it was kind of weird. And now me and him still friends. We ain't even talking about it. I mentioned to him one time. Yeah, I know her. Blah blah blah. That's my woman. But that was my woman. But I really miss her, man. I think there's a time in life that we bite off more than we can chew. And it's not because we can't handle the situation no matter what the trials and tribulations may be, but it may have just stepped out of point. You just don't try to be with somebody who's established. And she was very well established, Very well established. And, I was for SEPTA. Well, I ain't no bum, I'm looking for SEPTA and so on and so forth. And, but she made more than me at the time. She made much more than I made. She was making six figures. When I met her, I didn't start making six figures probably shortly after me and her broke up. Or maybe a little bit even after that, I started making six figures. But, I think it became a point that I felt a little intimidated by the fact that she was making so much more money. And I thought that, all right, well, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But, man, this woman was incredible. She was certainly incredible. This woman truly loved me. No other woman said she was my soulmate, or I was a soulmate. No other woman ever said. My wives ever even said that, you know what, you're my soulmate. And I checked off all the boxes for her. I was clean. I was working. I had my own place, even though she didn't like me living in North Philly because she lived on Sea Line Avenue. But, she didn't like me living down there. But, I had a decent place. No matter where I live, my place is going to be popping. It's just the studio wasn't there. The studio was down at my mom and dad crib at the time. I was doing business out of there. But she saw I wasn't no bum, and she knew how to do music. That was the main thing. When I did my first release, the Obvious album, when I put that album out, man, she made sure I had the decorations set up. We did it at Chuck's Alibi. I used to all my CD release parties. Google Ride the Really Cool on YouTube, or just YouTube me, and I got most of my shows that I did up there that I could upload. And man, she made sure I had shit. She put, "Hey, you want that? What you want?" I said, "Baby, do whatever you want to do. Make it pop." I'm with you. She had fixtures at the door. And that day it rained like crazy, but so many people came out. I said, "Dad, it's raining." I woke up that morning. I know I'm skipping over, but I'm talking about her as a whole. And woke up that morning, it was raining, man. It was Saturday. It was raining. I said, "Baby, it's going to be hard." But she said, don't worry about it. It's still going to be nice. But it's raining hard. I said, "Please, heaven, let it stop raining." I wasn't really in heaven like that at that time. But I said, "Please, just let it stop raining." I was calling in. And it finally calmed down, and we got there, and it wasn't bad. We had a nice little turnout for it to be raining, especially women in their hair. But they had umbrellas and hair things, bags, to protect their hair. We had a good show. It was a really nice show. My first joint. But she made sure all that was right. She encouraged me, all that stuff. And she She said, well, I'm moving out. I'm going to tell y'all this whole story. She said, well, I'm moving out of my spot. I said, well, okay. I said, where you want to move? And she was telling me where she wanted to move. And I was like, well, okay. I didn't think she was kind of include me. I don't think she was at all. I think she was just saying, I'm moving out of my spot. I'm tired of it. And she wanted to move someplace else. But it kind of conglomerate into like, well, I kind of want you to go with me, or maybe we should do this together. So, I'm a dumbass, man. I'm such a dumbass for not staying with that woman. So, dumbass. So it's getting a little emotional. All right, so I said, well, I wouldn't mind moving out my spot too. I mean, we get to place together. She's like, well, she wanted to move downtown because she worked downtown. I can't tell you where she worked. I'm not going to disclose anything because I don't have nobody to me. Yeah, Raj was talking about you or whatever. So, because I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen her in about 2-3 years. I was seeing her off and on every now and then. She'd call me every now and then to tell me how I did it wrong. And she right. She be totally right. And she was like, all right. I said, well, I was driving around at the time. And I found this house. And it was up for sale. It was up in East Oak Lane, 13th and Shelton. We know she don't live there anymore. I no longer live there, so no big deal. Somebody else bought the house. And he wanted like $300,000 for the house. So he's like, oh man, that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. That's a lovely house. Everybody used to come to the house called the mini mansion. Because they had like 6 bedrooms, freaking big giant basement. The basement was unfinished, but I kind of tried to finish it. It's definitely finished now. When she sold it, she did a thing to it. But yeah, it's called the mini mansion. 4-car garage. Like I said, if you're ever in the area, just drop at 1301 Shelton Avenue. You will see how we was living for a good 3 years. But she had said, so I said, I saw this house, babe. I saw this house. It's really, really nice. She was like, where? I said, it's not too far from the job. She was like, well, I wanted to move more like, she wanted to move like Wynwood, out there west. I don't like West Philly. But there was a lot of nice stone houses out there too. So we would drive by and we would see these nice stone houses, but they was big, but it would take so much to like heat because it was stone. Stone don't keep cold out of houses very well. So we looked at a couple of houses out there. They was pretty big too. Nice houses, $400,000 houses. I'm thinking to myself, I ain't got that kind of money to be getting no house, right? I can't do that. Credit was average at best. So I wasn't thinking that, it would be cool. So what had happened was I convinced her about the house up in East Oak Lane. And she liked it. She said, oh, that's a nice house. Oh, all new windows. The electric was just about all done. Actually, the guy who did the electric, for the people who live in Philly, he owns Treasures. His name is Danny. Danny wired the old house. That was before he got Treasures. By the way, I remember Treasures was nothing but wires. He took me around there. I'm buying this, Raj. You buying this joint? Man, there were wires hanging from the joint. And now it's Treasures. All right? So another short story within the story. So, so he said, we got to wait till the contract ends. So the contract was a Remax, right? So I'm like, all right, we got to wait till the contract ends, then we, see what happens. All right, cool. So I'm trying to figure out, all right, cool. So we checking out, talking to people just to let them know we saw this house. The contract is about up in 30 days. We want to see if we can get into it. Bill and Steve, actually the one that owned the house, they refurbed the house. These guys, they did beautiful. Wood floors. They had the privacy rooms. So when you come in the front, it was like, if you want to go into the living room, you got to open up with stained glass windows. And you would go into the living room and you can close it. Privacy room. And then you go to the dining room, it's the same thing. What their house was that it was like a slave house back in the day. And I say that to say, they had servants working in this house. Most of the houses up in East Oak Lane were houses that Ben Franklin and all of them came to. When they left City Hall, they drove up to East Oak Lane. That's why all them big houses up in East Oak Lane, around Fifth and all that stuff all down there, and at Shelton and all that stuff. Them the big giant houses. A lot of them guys who, writers of the Declaration of Independence, all that stuff, they came up there. So they had the separate rooms because and then we had a buffet room. It was a buffet room. So, and then they had the room upstairs. So if they had people who lived there, aside from themselves, they would come down the back steps into the kitchen. They would serve people into the buffet room, and then they walk into There was a swing door. Then he walked into the dining room, and there was a joint. So that's the kind of house we lived in for 3 years. I mean, incredible house, 300,000. They wanted 475, but then the market got bad. So we grabbed it in 2009 because remember, everything tanked in 2008. So we grabbed that joint in 2009. We got it for 300,000. I like to say we, but it wasn't a lot of we. It was a lot of she. And I think that's where it came to, because I started feeling, even though I was holding up the part, well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna help pay the bills, absolutely, you know. We halved the rent, because she understood. She wasn't like these gold digging women out here. Well, you gotta pay all the rent. We wasn't even married. And she looked at the house as an investment. She kept saying, I look at the house as an investment. That means once the market started going back up, I kind of want to move out of this house and move into something else. So she looked at it as an investment more than I look at it as, we gonna live here forever, man. But we wouldn't need that many, 3 floors and a basement. That was a big house. 3 floors in the basement. You got the basement, first floor, private rooms, swirl steps, second floor, main bedroom, master bed, bathroom, because you had a bathroom in the master bed. It's a shower. Bathroom, another room, which in my album called Real Deep Cool is called the spare room. That room, and then we had a back room that we turned that back room into like a recreational center room. It wasn't really big, but we put a bike back there. She put a treadmill back there. I put a TV up there so she can look at TV while she working out. The key was she. I was supposed to be working out too. And I went on to gain 280 pounds. Yeah. Aside from her looking at the house as an investment, which actually the house is now worth $450,000. That means from 2009 to now, which is 10, 14 years, the house is appreciated. Now, that don't mean somebody will buy it for that, but that's what it's worth. That's what it's worth. $459,000. That's $159,000 in, some of y'all ain't got a house that costs $159,000. All right? And that's what it was. But again, because I wanted my name on the house and it never got on the house. And the reason it didn't go on my house because my credit wasn't that good. Her credit was excellent. So that's what this woman did. This is what she did. We went to the realtor guy. He was like, well, yo, if we use your credit, we got to put another point, a 0.3 on that joint. So she was getting 3% on a $300,000 house, 30 years. Mortgage was like 15, 16 at the time. If I had put my credit along with her credit and put on there, it was going up to 4.39. I remember this like it was yesterday. It was going to 4.39. So she's like, well, babe, you know, why should we be paying 17, 18 when we could pay 15, 16? We paying. I said, well, look, let me do this. I said, whatever the difference is between if we added my credit to getting this home to yours, I'll pay the difference. So if the difference was, okay, with her credit alone, it would have been $1,600. But my credit would have been $1,800. Then I'll throw the extra deuce on it. So even though we was going half and half, because she realized that's the way you should do it, and she wasn't a gold digger, okay? You go half and half, then it was like, all right, I'm just gonna put the 2 on top of that. And I'm gonna pay some of the utilities. I'm gonna pay the cable, I'm gonna pay the whatever. I wanted to make sure I was really involved in this. But I still didn't feel happy because I wanted my name to be on the house. But I just couldn't do it because I had to admit. So she was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to run too many problems. I said, well, just think about it. So we went to the table. I was hoping that maybe she had probably told him, okay, yeah, we're going to, both of us. It didn't. When we settled with her name on the house. So I felt some kind of way. I was like, oh, man. But I still felt like it was my house. But it wasn't. It really wasn't. But the caveat is that she had to put some money down. This sister went to her account. 26. Yeah, 26. It was 26. It gave them $26,000 out of her account. $26,000. Check. Cut. 26 grand. Like, I ain't putting nothing on the house. Right? My bump behind should have been paying all the freaking rent. If that's the case, she took out 26 grand to put down on this house for us to have. But you know what she said? I love you. I love you. You're my soulmate. Now, again, still knowing that, but still knowing she knew it was an investment. She still knew it was an investment. She still knew that eventually she wanted to sell the house. And again, if we had kept it to now, it would be worth $150,000 more, right? She knew that. That's what she thought. She thought, yo, okay, we'll get this. We know it's going to go up in value because it's tanked down. They wanted 430 something. We get it for $3. She knew it was worth 400 like it is now, right? So she looked at it like that. So I kind of like, all right, cool. Well, if you took that money and put it into that means really you kind of really looking at this as really your thing. So one time we got into some kind of discussion. I'm like, well, babe, what if you just decide to move? He's like, okay, now's the time to move. And I don't want to move, you know? So we start pushing towards getting married. And I understand that. I totally understand that. Okay, Negro. I put $26,000 on the house. You can't pay me back $13,000 fast enough for me to not have the position to, if she want to roll with the house, she can sell the house. So you ain't got no reason acting like that should be an issue, especially since we ain't married. Yes, you're absolutely right, baby. You're absolutely right. But I ain't say that. No, because I'm just saying, you know, I really like this house. I don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. This is to put $26,000 down. She's still paying some of the bills on the house, right? But this nigga don't know how good he had it. All you have to do is marry her. All you have to do is marry her. So one day we go out and we go to Willow Grove and we just walking around. So she looked at this ring. This how much of an a-hole. I don't deserve to have no wife. I mean, I'm better now, I think. When I'm retired, I think I'm better now. But that was just a total disaster. It's all on me. It's all on me. That's another song on Experiences album. So we go to the mall, Willow Grove Mall. I didn't know anything about Willow Grove Mall at the time. I didn't do Willow Grove Mall like that. So we went to K Jewelers. Now, a friend of hers, who I just saw the other night, I saw her and her husband the other night at Jewel's. See her in years. Oh, you doing right? Yeah, cool. So we go there and she saw this ring. The guy was like, letting us look at through the thing. I'm like, yeah, that ring is popping. He said, well, that's going to be $12,000. Okay. $12,000 for a ring? So the band was $6,000 because they had all the diamonds in it, and the engagement ring was $5,000, 12,000, something like that. I can't afford that, babe. I can't afford that. Now, what I should have been thinking was, Negro, she put $13,000, $26,000 on the house. The least you can do is buy a $12,000 ring, get married to her, and then you can get your name on the house because she got to put your name on the house theoretically because, bam, you're married. This Negro, this Negro, got the balls. Nah, I can't afford it. I tell you what then. I love you. You're my soulmate. She didn't say that, but you can see it. I tell you what then. I'll buy the wedding band. I'll pay the $6,000 for the wedding band. You do the $5,000, right? And then you just pay me back for the wedding band as we go along. Perfect. She has no kids. Perfect. Beautiful is all beautiful. Perfect. $100,000 job and an executive at the company. Perfect. Smart, intelligent, healthy. This is dumb as a bag of biscuits. And it's crazy though. It's because there ain't no excuse. Well, no excuse with that. So when things got really, really tough and something happened, we got to this. I'm not going to get too much longer in that. But we ended up breaking up. And that's when I met the sister who had the children. I met her, and I cheated on her because I knew that we're going to roll. And So sometimes when I pray for a wife, sometimes you ain't gonna never get a wife because you messed that up, bruh. You had your wife. You had your wife. And she was, aside from being a Gemini, and Geminis can be, iffy back and forth, whatever. But I mean, I was in her for a while. If I was still with her, even if she hadn't got that house, I had no problem with her being a Gemini. I didn't know which one she was every day. She was either this one or that one sometimes. But I ain't no problem. I got a friend I've been knowing for a zillion years. She a Gemini. She a pain in the behind too. But she wasn't really a pain in the behind. I mean, this was a woman who had money, status, whatever, cute, can dance. Man, I just messed that up, man. I begged to get back with her. And she was like, nah, man. Then we tried to go to counseling. She used to come over here every now and then. She would stay the night. I'm like, I don't know what you're seeing over here. Because now I start seeing other sisters, I must admit. It's a sad state of affairs when you have someone that treats you that good and you just F it up over some freaking pride crap. You worrying about whether she going to put you out the house because she said that this and that. All you have to do is buy the ring. Now, here's the ironic part about it. I got $200,000 worth of stuff in the basement. Now, when she goes down in the basement, I had more studio stuff than this. I had a lot more studio stuff than this. I had 2 sets of drums down there, congas, all kinds of stuff. Had freaking $2,000 guitars just hanging from the beam up there. I had collector amps, $4,000 or $5,000 amps all over the place, blah, blah, blah. And you can't buy a ring, bruh. Freaking a-hole. I was a straight a-hole. I deserve to be by myself right now. I deserve to be by myself. It's just obvious. This is a long story and it turned out to be her story, which is her story. It should be her story. I admire her. I honor her. She'll never take me back and I don't blame her. You only got one time to make a good impression. And she saw it. Hopefully she finds somebody who treats her right and does her well because I didn't. I mean, I did for a while, but then I started acting like an a-hole. Yeah. So, but it still says now, all right, brother, make sure you just careful with who you deal with. You know what I mean? Because either you can be an a-hole in the relationship or she can be the a-hole. Who knows? Just make sure you got somebody in common with you. You know what I mean? That was the one prize I had in my life and I blew it. And I met this other sister too. She was she just came around, man. She was like, yo, I met her on, I met her on Facebook dip. And I liked her a lot. I did like her. There was some small challenges, but she ain't had no kids in with her. Shoot, her children one was doing big things down in Baltimore, big things, like on TV things. Another son, nice house, got his children. They ain't stopping over their mom's house, hanging around at 30, 40 years old. They out the door. She's a lovely woman too, supported me. Everything I did, she supported me. It's just some things that, we got differences with, and we was together for a minute. We ain't seen each other in a while now. It's been almost a month. But she just recently retired too. Oh, I won't give no too much information. But yeah. Y'all seen her. Y'all know who she is. Most of the people who in the fragrance community know exactly what I'm talking about. And beautiful woman. It's just that we disagree on some places. We got and for me it's not like a 50-50 disagreement. It's like more of a 75-25 kind of situation with me. With hers, nah. But she got some favorable 75-25 stuff that she do well. Awesome. Got money, got her own spot, own car. She's now getting ready to retire. She got her everything she need, and I miss her too. But you gotta get to the point that again, and she became a V. Look, she wasn't in the fragrances till she met me. Now she got this many fragrances I have. She wasn't a vegan until she met me. Now she's a partial vegan. She still eats cheese, and like me, I eat salmon from time to time. But she kind of adopted my lifestyle. That's crazy. I'll never find a woman, take me as I am, and that's it. Well, bye. I guess you're going to be by yourself. Still out in them streets, still looking for somebody who's going to take you like you are, and somebody going to take you like you are is just going to be boning somebody else. That's what I'm come down to. A lot of y'all be doing that, take me as I am, take all my drama, take all my stupidity. I mean, I ain't going to say that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say drama and stupidity. I'm sorry. You're not stupid. Take whatever I got going on with me, regardless of whether you like it or not, you're going to deal with it, you're going to take it, and shut up. Come and give you some of this wax down here. As long as I wax you off, you good. Don't do it, brothers. Don't do it. You can buy cootie. You can pay cootie to leave. You don't pay cootie to stay. So if you just gotta find yourself in that position that you just gotta, knock off some buns, then don't commit to knocking off buns. Don't get involved with a woman because of sex. That's corny, man. Who gets involved with a woman because of sex unless you're married to her? If you got no intention of marrying this woman and all this about sex, man, you done lost your mind. Turn over everything that you like and you done grew on and whatsoever. You gotta give it all up because she don't want you doing it. I don't want you in the studio no more. You spend too much time there. Let's just say if that was the case. Or why you gotta wear all the expensive clothes all the time? Why you gotta buy them Louboutins? Why you gotta do that? We could have took that and bought something for me. Well, that's why there is no you. I'm gonna do what I want for myself. You better come ready. You better come ready with your own stuff. And then we get married, then we can start, okay, now we'll calm down on doing this or doing that. But as long as we just seeing each other whatsoever, then you ain't gonna be robbing my pockets. So you walk up out of here for the next guy who gonna pay for that cootie. Now you're probably gonna cheat on me because dude taking you out. Nah, man. I ain't doing that. Man. So dudes, look, don't compromise yourself, man. Don't give up your dreams. I said this in the last video too. Don't regret. When you get to be 62, up in your 60s, don't get to the point that you're regretting that I could have did this if it wasn't for her. Or if it wasn't for the kids. Just be satisfied with what you're doing now. Whether you got a girlfriend with kids, your own kids, married with kids, whatever it is, be satisfied. You good. Ain't no other dream. You ain't got no other dreams. You ain't trying to do this. You ain't trying to do that. You ain't trying to, be a recording artist. You ain't trying to be an entrepreneur and build houses. You cool where you at. Stay in the pocket. You good. Believe me. You good right there in that pocket. But if you're single and you out here in these streets, don't settle for just anybody. You can have your friends. Like I said, I got plenty of friends I can go out with. Let's go get a grub. Oh, no, that's all. Let me leave it right there. Go get a grub. Might hang out with my friend this weekend. Let's go grab something, let's go shopping, whatever. I ain't doing nothing. Okay, well, let's go. I ain't doing that either. Let's go shopping. I like to shop. Y'all know me. We out shopping and stuff. Wasn't no big deal. Wasn't no panties and nothing exchange after that. Wasn't no condoms going on. Wasn't that happening. That was it. We done. We gone for the day. And you got to establish relationships like that. Especially as dudes. You know what I mean? If you just really got to be around a woman, then start establishing a relationship with a woman and don't act like you want to get the panties all the time. And you can have all the women you want. If they know you ain't trying to get them panties, well, let me tell you something, sir. You're going to get them panties because women want you to want them panties. I can tell you about a story that I had. A couple women stay over here overnight. Stayed. Didn't touch them. And they were pissed off. It was salty. I mean, how can a woman come over here? And they wouldn't even want to be a relationship thing. It's that they felt as though that, you're disrespecting me because I'm laying right in your bed. You're right there. You like, okay. And I'm going to sleep. You stayed over here for a reason. You stayed over here because we was doing business, or the one sister stayed over here because she was intoxicated. I said, look, I don't want you driving home. Just stay here, get yourself together, you leave in the morning. Man, 3 days later, sister called me a faggot. Hello? It was Thanksgiving Day. I just came from my aunt's house all the way down at Broad and Girard area. My aunt lived. This came from her crib. I left my keys over there. Now I'm salty. I done got all the way back up here. I had to drop all the way back down. Aunt, my keys there. Yeah, they here on the table. Oh, Auntie, why'd you tell me they was on the table before I got all the way back home? So I had to come all the way back down that joint. But before I can get back in my car and start heading down to get my keys from my house, this Joan called me. I ain't gonna call her Joan. We still friends. But if she was a Joan then, like, yo, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah, sure you can. What's up? What's going on? What's popping? We like that. What's popping? Are you a faggot? Let me remind you, I just left my keys down my aunt's house all the way down. I live in Cheltenham. My keys are all the way down at freaking Broad and Girard. This honey gonna call me just when I'm ready to take off to go get my keys, talking about you a faggot. Yeah, I guess I am. Because I didn't want to bang you out. I'm the faggot. Then the other sister who stayed over here, I ain't mess with her either. Got in the bed. She ain't had no panties on. She just had a top on. Panties on. Got out the shower. She took a shower, everything. Oh, no. All right. Got in the bed, I went to sleep. I didn't want none of that. Yeah, just letting you stay here because you said, okay, I'm just going to stay. We've been here all night working on this song. I decided I'm going to stay. All right, cool. I don't want no panties. Now, there's been some females up here that I really care about a lot, and they sexy, and I wouldn't mind doing some panties, but I didn't do that either because they never stayed. But I'm just saying. This person was like, yo. So maybe 2 days later or so, we was talking. She said, so you didn't think I was touchable? I said, nah, I ain't say that. I said, look, our relationship is cool. We never want to establish that we're going to be in anything. I said, when I wanted to kind of be with you and I wanted to go out and start seeing you and we hanging out, you ain't pay me no attention. Now that we doing this, now all of a sudden you was like, oh, well now, since I know that you wanted, I was going to do something with you. Nah, man, because I'm good with that now. I don't need that now. She said, well, you know I could have got that, right? And I said to her, well, why didn't you get it? Look, I ain't never desperate for no panties. I'm not a yam chaser. I like looking at yams. I'm a man. You know what I mean? I got no problem looking at yams. But who I'm gonna put that injection in? It ain't just gonna be anybody. It's gonna be somebody I can trust, somebody I know, somebody I care about. It's not that I don't do strip clubs. I just don't do hookers. I don't do that. I don't want to get caught up in nothing. I want to be with somebody I know if something does happen and you right there and you're going to address it with me. That's who I'm going to be with. Be with somebody out here sticking somebody on some one night stand, Jamie Foxx, friggin' blaming on alcohol. Next thing you know, friggin' having a baby out of wedlock and now generational curse. I don't have no children because I was not going to be a generational curse. When Holloman leaves here, that's going to be it. I was in a video called Last Train to Nowhere. Y'all might have seen that video. Over 1.5 million views now. And I just played the father. And my man Trey, he was the star of the movie. He was the star. He was the singer of the band Ghost House. In the beginning, he said, Baton Rouge, I don't know. To the third voice, never did meet my father. And then it cuts to me going like this. Never did have no son. Then it cut to my man, my young boy, and showed him. That's the video. Of course, I'm an actor. So I was in the video, doing my thing, popping off, giving some suggestions. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, I should be a movie director. I'm directing this movie right here. My life. So, well, I'm not directing it. It's directed from above, but I'm just trying to write the script a little bit. And it was like, yo, that song is Last Train to Nowhere. Like I said, never did know my father, never did have no son. So when my life is over, it's dead and gone. My name is dead and gone. That's it. Now, the only reason I'm going to have somebody living behind because my family named her children with our last name. So it would be carrying on night, but it's not necessarily, I don't know. Somebody told me woman's blood don't mix with the children, so it still wouldn't be your blood. It'll still be the dad's blood or something like that. If the baby is up in a woman's womb for 9 months, you want to tell me no blood come from the mama? What kind of hot mess is that? So anyway, somebody was telling me that, and I don't know if I looked it up. Y'all can comment down below if that's true. You know what I mean? Can a woman carry, name after me? Because I'm not having no children. Unless I really get all the women I'm going to be dealing with, that stuff better be on the table, better be in a jar. You better be looking at them like, yeah, I remember what my uterus looked like. There it is right there. I got up there in the jar. Because I ain't trying to have no babies, 62 years old. Because I know if I had a child of 62, I know I'm about to check out soon. So we ain't having no children. We ain't having no accidents. All the women I deal with, and that's why I don't have any children as well. Let me expand on that. Then we're going to talk about fragrances real quick. All right? We're going to end it with fragrances. Is that, I mean children because all the women I ever got involved with, as far as relationships, they ain't want any children. So my first wife, she was like, I ain't never have no child. It was so painful. I ain't never had no child again. I got to check out her son, too. Her son's a musician, too. And his daddy was a musician. I know them. So I wonder how her son doing. I got to look it up. So, yeah. And then my next wife I married, she was like, I'm tied up. She done had them deuces. You know what I mean? And she had them deuces, so I took care of them because the daddy wasn't quite doing what he was supposed to do. So, you know, that's why she still loved me. She said, Rod, I still love you because you took care of my kids and you ain't had to. I said, well, I had to because it was a package deal and I married you, so I guess I had to do what I had to do because he wasn't doing nothing. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, that's why I don't have any children. I had 2 times that somebody blamed me, just told me they was pregnant. Was it 3? 3 times. Heaven rest her soul. She's my people though. And she called me at work one day. It was a long time ago. I think 1987, something like that. And I got out the Navy. I was working with Herman Sport Goods. I got a call. I was in Delaware, working in Delaware at the time, Kirkwood Highway. And manager was like, you got a phone call. I got to the phone. Like, hello? What's up, Ryan? None. What you doing? None. Hey, I got some news. What you got news? I'm pregnant. By who? Shit. Ain't you pregnant by me? Yes, it's yours. Where was I? Ended up being a friend of ours. A friend of mine. Ended up being her neighbor. But she was born on my birthday. Weird, right? She was born on my birthday. It wasn't my child, but the child was born on my birthday, but it was through both of our friends. She was seeing another guy. But yeah, you know, but she was already seeing him. I was just trying to get some every now and then. He wasn't like I was a man. But heaven rest her soul. So that was the one time. The second time was this sister. Oh man, now I thought about marrying her too, but she was kind of all over the place. She calls me every now and then too. What you doing, Raj? Nothing. And I don't want none of them buns. I had them buns back in the day when I used to take my break from work. I used to shoot over her crib because it was right up the street, right? It was like she was at 5th and Godfrey, and you know, kind of weird, like 11th and Godfrey. I took a break. I'd run up to her crib, bam. You know what I mean? Get back to work. You know what it was. Yeah, but we had a little quasi relationship too. It was a quasi relationship. One day she called me and said, I'm pregnant. I'm like, pregnant with what? It ain't mine. Yes, it is. No, it's not. You don't even want, no, it ain't mine. No, I don't know. It's not my child. I don't want no children. I ain't having no children. But if you have one, you ain't getting an abortion. We're gonna think about it, about doing something else. Abortion is definitely out. I don't kill babies. I don't kill fetuses. Totally against that. I gotta do what I got to do. No. Show me the certificate. Show me the certificate. Never showed me a certificate. That means she was never pregnant. She was just trying to rope me in, trying to get me to the Yamin, blah, blah, blah. Then she ended up having a child. But when she had her child, it wasn't on my birthday. But unfortunately, that situation is no longer available. But I like her daughter. Her daughter's fun. I ain't seen her daughter. I ain't seen her in about 2 years. But her daughter's really cool. Like, she's going to be something. She's going to do something good with her life. And that's a good thing. And the very last time was the sister I met at SEPTA. She didn't want to get married. She's married now. I saw her about maybe 3 months ago at Jules. I hadn't seen her in years. It's amazing how things start coming back in your life after a while. But see, I never made any enemies with anybody. I never made any enemies with any woman, ever. There's not one woman that I was in a relationship with, regardless of what happened, even being blamed for being a daddy when I wasn't whatsoever. None of them ever hated me. They still call me. They still would call me. Other sister still calls me. This sister right here, she done got married. She called me when I call her. What's going on? What you doing? What's going on? Oh, right, yeah, it's good to see you again, blah, blah, blah. Okay, wait. Then she started talking about the kids and her son. I don't have enemies. I don't have female enemies. I would never have female enemies because, you know why? Because they know where I come from. And they know I keep it real and I do what I'm supposed to do. I don't disrespect anybody intentionally. Unless you're sure, gentlemen, make sure that you're sure. Don't mess with women who have grown children living with them. I don't care what it is. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're going to be around forever. They ain't going nowhere. Because even if they move out somewhere, they're coming back. And if they move out somewhere, they're still going to be calling them every 5 minutes. And then they're going to have to break up whatever you're doing. You might be out having a good time in Morocco, India, somewhere. I don't know. I don't travel. Well, I used to travel. When I was in the Navy, I traveled a lot. So I don't need to travel anymore. I was in the Navy. I did my time. I traveled on an aircraft carrier. I did all the traveling I need to do. And got paid for it. I didn't pay to travel. I got paid to travel. Thank you, U.S. Navy. And thank you for that little check you give me every month. So anyway, don't do it, man. Don't do it. If you don't want to have children, don't do it, man. Don't get tied up with a young girl. There was this guy at our job. He was about to retire. The one guy was married. He got his wife pregnant. He was like 50-something, 56, 57. He had a late child. He was about to retire. And the other guy, he was in his 60s. Really nice guy. Really nice, calm guy. But he got an 18-year-old pregnant. He was in his 60s. Not me. Ain't no coochie that good. And I wouldn't be messing around with an 18-year-old anyway. It's young to be my granddaughter. I don't know what he was thinking. Really lovely guy, though. Really nice guy. But he just made that mistake. He got caught up. She probably lied to him. I'm 26. My tube's tied. I burnt them, whatever. She could have lied. I mean, I can't see, even if, and he really didn't like he drink like that either. So if he did get high whatsoever, you still know, man, you gotta crack a condom. But the thing about condoms are, some of them drones pop. You get a little excited. I broke a couple in my lifetime. You know what I mean? Because, I'm holler at your boy. So I broke a couple, and then some of them slip off. And they got to dig that bad boy out with some tweezers. You got to do surgery, trying to get that joint out. In the meantime, you got all kinds of stuff up in there doing stuff. Those things happen. You just got to make sure like I did. If she lied to you and say she got her tubes tied, burnt, whatever, I'm not going to go with tied. Tied can be untied. They got to be burnt. I want to see the paperwork, all that stuff. Once I see that, I'm good. Or show me the uterus in the jar. I want to see the uterus floating around like, I used to make babies, but I don't do that anymore. I want to see some body parts. Because I ain't getting nobody pregnant. Heaven knows I don't need no children. And my name going to stop when I'm dead and gone. That's it. That's it. Ain't going to be no generational curse coming down through my side. Ain't going to happen. We going to end it right. So when I'm 80 or whatever, I ain't going to get caught up. Some cats be getting caught up 80. These freaking movie stars, 80 years old with a freaking 40-year-old. Now, they probably can't get the thing up and banging. You know what I mean? It's probably like, they just want to have somebody cute in the arm. They movie stars, they millionaires, billionaires, little young girls, whatever. They probably just sitting there just pucking this little thing, trying to get it popping. And he can't take no Viagra because he take too much Viagra, he'll have a stroke or he'll have a heart attack. So he can't take that. All the blood rushes from his heart to fill up his penis. He's going to have a heart attack. A lot of people was having a heart attack when it first came out. They didn't know. Let's take like 9 Viagras. Next thing you know, they dead. Viagra takes the blood from your heart fastly and drive it down to your yamin, and then you ain't got no blood for your heart to go to the rest of your body. Just for a Peter Cootie. Chest was croaking. Not because the medicine was bad, but you just took one. I took one time I was married. I just want to see what it was like. My man sold it to my man named Don. I said, well, I'll buy one. I think I bought 2. I'm saying, I want to see how it works. I ain't need it. Definitely didn't need it. Sure. But I didn't tell my wife at the time. I just went in the bed. I took it. Sat here talking to her. I knew we was going to get busy because we were like horny toes. We'd wake up 12 o'clock in the afternoon, whatever. Let's get it. So I took it. He said, well, when you go in the mirror in the bathroom, if the lights start being blue, you know it's just popping. So I went in there. After a while, I waited. And I go in the bathroom. I saw the blue tint. I'm like, yeah, it's about to pop off. Again, not that I needed it, but maybe it'll make me, go like 4 or 5 times instead of Bernie Mac. Go, hurry up. Come on, go. You got 3 minutes and I'm out. Or Richard Pryor, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm a marathon man. But nevertheless, did I say that? I didn't say that. I like to run marathons. So, it was decent, though. It was decent. I ain't gonna front. That Viagra thing was decent, but I ain't need it. I took it. I don't even know what I did with the last one. I didn't take it. Didn't need to take it. But these guys, old heads, man, old 70, 60, 70, 80 years old, man, taking the Viagra to try to please some freaking chick, man. And them kids don't care. As soon as they leave you, they going to bang with the guy who can bang without having to take the doggone pill. What are you talking about? It's so dumb. We as men got to start just getting on top of it. Cootie is not everything. Yams are not everything. I like yams when I'm walking with a nice set of yams. I ain't going to be with it. I ain't walking with no honey ain't got nice. I ain't going to be with nobody else want. Either in a relationship or either hanging out with her. If I'm out with this sister right here, and I'm around a whole bunch of dudes, and they look at me like, why you with her? Then, yeah, nothing ever gonna happen between them. We ain't definitely in no relationship. I don't want a woman nobody else want. That don't mean she gotta be a thought. That just means that I want somebody that everybody else gonna admire too, because that's why I'm with her. They ain't trying to hide her. Go out with my girlfriends. Go ahead, babe. My other cuties, man. They want to go out with their girlfriends? Go ahead. Go ahead, go out. I ain't scared. I know you love me. I know you love me without a doubt. $26,000, I know you love me. I know you love me. Ain't no doubt. Anybody else I've been with a long-term relationship, I know you love me. Ain't no doubt. But again, I can't be jealous. If I gotta be jealous about a woman that I'm with, then I ain't got no business being in a relationship. That's automatically cut off. Cause I ain't gonna be sitting here thinking, oh, where's she at, and getting like Martin and getting in the onesie and going out there looking for your wife out in the streets with a freaking bubble jacket. Nah, man, nah. If you living like that and you're not sure about the woman you with, whether she your wife, your girl, your significant other, or your banger, better check that, man. That's trying to bring you something home you don't want. Sometimes you can't get rid of, ever. Magic Johnson. So stop playing yourself, homies. So this video's for y'all, man. Being by yourself is a beautiful thing. I mean, for me talking to y'all, I don't have to do this every day. I ain't got to do jack every day. I can just record a video talking to you like now and just upload it. It'll take forever, but it'll upload eventually. So I don't need to have to come here every night or every morning, whenever I do this, just because I'm lonely and I need to talk to somebody. That's ridiculous. I got too much to do. I'll be back here dropping tracks like I did last night. I can be out there get my guitar skills back up because now I'm ready to play more guitar. I can be doing anything. I don't need to be with anybody. And I don't need nobody to tell me, why you back in the studio? Why you got to practice on your guitar all the time? Why you got to do this? No, I don't need that. That's stupid. Don't sell out yourself for yams. You're not worth it. If you're married, you got to do what you got to do. Heaven help you. Whatever your situation is. Might be beautiful, might not be as beautiful. Whatever it is, heaven help you with that. But if you out here and you sing like me, you 62, and you do what I do, singing in front of people, women can give you their numbers and stuff like that, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, nah. All numbers ain't good numbers. Y'all gonna marry, man. Where the joint at? Here you go. Let me show you. This is bananas right here, right? And then we're gonna talk about fragrances, all right? After this, we're gonna talk about fragrances. Who just texted me? Yep. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, and I'm working by myself, okay. Yeah. I don't celebrate friggin' Seamus. Jesus wasn't born on Seamus. He didn't say, make sure y'all celebrate my birthday on the 25th. He didn't say that either, nevertheless. So here's my joint. Now, most of these people I do keep up with, but this is my phone. This is my phone. These are all numbers. They contacts, past people I haven't seen in a while. These are all numbers. These are all numbers. Business numbers, whatever. These are my numbers. I have over 2,000 numbers in my phone, right? 2,000. And again, because I do a lot of stuff, right? I know a lot of people. That's what I do. About 2,000 numbers in this phone. Include my bill paying numbers too. Gotta pay them. I got a lot of them in here. But I'm just saying, I can't be lonely. There's no lonely in this phone. There's nothing lonely about this phone. Nothing. Zero lonely in this phone. Zero. Call you by a one. If I just want to talk about music, goddamn. I want to talk about acting, goddamn. Well, somebody ain't talked to in a while. Let me see what they're doing. Goddamn. This is my phone. That's my phone. Not that it has to be your phone, but I'm telling you, being alone sometimes is really nice. For a couple hours or more. Get yourself together. Start learning more. I get up in the morning. I ain't meditate yet, but I will be meditating after this. But I meditate, and then I try to learn something new every day about being stoic and whatsoever. I don't wake up, I don't go to bed with the freaking TV on about some dumb stuff that happened out in North Philly or anywhere else. I got no time for that. I'm totally oblivious to that because I already know what's going on. I don't even have to speculate what's going down in North Philly right now. Or any place else that people acting a fool, especially black people. I ain't got no time for that. I'm not going to sleep to that. I'm not waking up to that. That's just totally ridiculous for people to go to bed after looking at a whole bunch of tragedy. And what's going to kill 6 people down here? Now the sports. Yo, somebody that's got shot and ran over somebody, killed everybody in the house whatsoever. Oh, now it's time for the weather. Y'all gonna have to grow up, man. Y'all have to grow up. Because what's about to happen this year and on forward, man, if y'all ain't on point, y'all gonna be in trouble. Y'all gonna be slaves to the system. You ain't gonna be able to say what you want to say on YouTube. So when you say something, they'll come and arrest you. If it's against what they think you should arrest, you talk about freaking Hunter or Biden or anybody like that, they come and lock you up because you said something wrong. They already locked up one guy because he said something about Biden. It's ridiculous. That's how it's going to be. They want everybody capitalized. They want everybody like in China. Social credit score. Taking your picture all the time. You go up there, you don't have no money, but the money ain't no good anyway. That's why they ain't doing money anymore. They use your face. They see how much you got in the bank. And blah, blah, blah. Ain't no card. Bam, you go. Give me that. Put your picture up there, put your face up there to the joint. Bam. Your credit score come up. What you did last night. What you might do next week. What you used to do. All right there. Oh, no, you can't eat today. Well, that's coming here. It's coming here. Unless somebody stand up, step up, and not let that stuff happen here. The same thing happened in China, because China's over here too. They got police stations and all that stuff in New York. China's over here. China's infiltrated the system. Chinese are coming across their border just like the Mexicans, everybody else come across their border. China is coming in to invade. They're going to turn the United States into freaking China, and your boy don't even care. Because he getting all that money from China. He just sold us out. It's obvious. But I'm not going to get into that. That is what it is. And if you're going to deny that, do what you got to do. Come run to me all sad. What to do? Rod said I should have got my own generators. I should have had my sleeping bags. So when they cut the heat off and I ain't gonna freeze to death in my place because they locked me in. I can't come out. And now they done cut off the electric. Now I gotta be in here freezing. And there ain't no stove ain't working. There ain't no gas. And what you gonna do? You didn't listen to me. You didn't prep. You're not prepped. Ain't no water. We ain't got no water. Oh no, ain't got no water. Well, I ain't got no water now. I ain't gonna lie. I need to get some more water. I don't care about toilet paper. As long as I got washcloths. I ain't worried about wiping my butt. And that's it. So that's my story. It's a true story. Dudes, don't do it. The cootie, the yams ain't worth it. If you just want to hang out with them, have them on your arm, cool. If they try to get you to put them yams in your face, don't do that. I'm already telling you about yourself anyway. I just met you and you ready to give me some yams? Yeah, it must be a trap. It's a trap. Okay, let's talk about fragrances. This is a long video, ain't it? Oh, it's not long. I did 3-hour videos. This is about 2 hours. We're going to make this go 2 hours. Let me hurry up. Got 8 minutes. Real quick, we got the Navitus. I'm not going to talk about these. One day I'm going to do a video on these, you know what I mean, right here. Holla at your boys. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know all these were in here. But what it was, I was looking for another honey fragrance. I'm about to talk about honey fragrances. And I looked in here to see if Navitus or Vivamore even made honey fragrances, but these are all Navitus in here. It's 15 Navituses. Is it 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. So it's 7 samples in there. 14, 15. 15 altogether. 2 rows of 7 in one. And I looked for one with honey. I want to talk about honey, so I'm looking. No honey here. I'm just going to double check while I'm here. Butterfudge. Put no honey on this paper. You want to look at this one? Almond, bitter almond. Yep. No honey on that side. And let's see. Break them out there. Yeah. 15 of these Navituses, and not one got honey in them. Now, maybe I missed it. Maybe you get a honey accord. I didn't see it. I just read it real quick. No honey. So then I grabbed the mind games. So when I do this, I'll do mind games and Navitus at the same time because mind games. Ah, man. I shut this thing down. Now I can't get it back open. I don't want to tear the thing because the thing the thing that's in here, you shouldn't be doing this anyway. You should be. Can't get it open without. There you go. They made it so tight that I can't get it open, or this page thing got stiff and it's not letting me open it up. But this is the Mind Games sample set. And again, you don't have to buy 100 ml bottles. Stop wasting your money on 100 ml bottles. When you can buy these at 10 ml a pop, that's 50 ml for these 7s. It don't matter. You get the test strips and you get the carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if they 5 ml a piece, which it might be, I think they're more 7. I got 5 ml decants, and I know what they look like. So these are probably about 7 ml a pop. Oh man, I can't even see it. I want to see it. I can't see it. I'm gonna go 7. So 7 times 5 is 35 mil. 35 mil for $187. I'm buying that all day. It's gonna happen. I don't need to buy a big bottle. I don't need it, and I get to check out different ones too. Man, y'all better stop wasting your money trying to act like y'all ballers out here. You know what I mean? Find this stuff, because really it don't even matter. Real talk. I mean, when it comes down to surviving, that's the last thing you worry about is having fragrances. You feel me? And I bought a lot of fragrances, but I do that because I got people that I know that want to smell different fragrances. So I bought them more for them than for me. I'm not going to use them all. I mean, I've used them, of course, but I'm not going to use them all. More like I'm gonna buy some more and never, probably never spray them. Who knows? But I'm trying to get this thing back in because this thing is tight. It's cool when I do it like this. As soon as I put this board in there, oops, I'm sorry. So I put this board in here, the joint act like you don't want to open, and I don't understand that because the board just sits right here. I like the presentation though. I like the presentation. Mind games. But again, when I try to shut it now, it's not shutting correctly. Oh, there you go. I ain't trying to shut it down too hard. I'm going to open it back up. Maybe later. Like I said, hopefully later I'll do this. And we'll talk about that. All right, let's get to the honeys. Here we go. Here's about the honey. Let's see which one I'm going to wear today. Guerlain. Tobacco honey. Maybe. Let's see. I ain't going to talk about it. I'm just going to tell you what I might wear. Tobacco honey. I'm talked enough. Mom Luck. Christian, thank you. No. Oh, there it is, honey. How about to say, I thought it was this or the other one. What's this? Mom Lock or all right, but this is the one. This got the honey. Yes. Only about that much left in there. We ain't spraying this. But I ain't want to talk about it compared to the other honey. And then we have Tuscan Scent, Salvador Ferragamo Golden Acacia honey. The honeys are so different. I really like the golden acacia because it really jumps out. It really just jumps out at you with the honey. I mean, the honey, and my man turned me on to this. The same young man who turned me on to perfumology before it was perfumology up in King of Prussia. And that's my man, the super duper photographer, turned me on to golden acacia. I mean, you got to give me that golden acacia, bro. And I finally got it. Golden acacia. Okay, Salvador Ferragamo. Amber, sweet, honey, balsamic, patchouli, woody, animalic, floral, white floral, and yellow floral. And I think that's what makes this pop out. Top notes, as I said in here, orange, blossom, and broom. Then there's black locust honey, patchouli, and then popiness and amber. So really it's that orange, blossom, and broom that's bright. Remember I said it's bright? When it comes out, it just gets bright from the door. That's probably that broom and that holler at your boy, the orange blossom. Tobacco Tobacco, honey. Okay, tobacco, honey. Sweet, honey, vanilla, tobacco, warm, spicy, floral, oud, and powdery. Notes are going to be honey, clove, anise. Yeah, that's about right. No, that's not it. Hold on. That is it. Honey, cloves, and anise. Yeah. Tobacco, vanilla, tonka, and sesame. Then oud and sandalwood. Yeah, that's definitely what that is. Every freaking note just about. Especially the cloves. The cloves are hot. The cloves and the anise is real hot in this. With the honey. They put that, they ain't put that in a heart note. That should have been a heart note. I would have thought that would have been like a heart note. And last but not least, it's going to be Mom Luck. Y'all probably smell like honey today because I'm wearing dark. I'm wearing black. You know what I'm saying? Bars. Mom Luck. There's only one Mom Luck, and you don't even looking for anything else. It's right there. What you doing? Searching. Ain't no searching when it comes to the luck. Holla at your boy. Honey, sweet, amber, floral, caramel, oud, vanilla, white floral, powdery, and musky. It seems as though just maybe, tobacco, honey is trying to emulate a Mom Luck. Joma Shop has a Mom Luck for $149. I'm sorry, I got to click on that. It must be that new bottle. Who stars? Yeah, it's a new bottle. Wow. That's crazy. How much? Launched in 2012. These bottles right here ain't 2012. I'm trying to find a price. It's saying in stock 65% off. It was retails $430, was $315. And then hold on. How do I get this out the way so I can see? I'm trying to see. I can't see because you're not letting me see. I can't even add to the bag. It's not letting me do nothing. Wow. $149. That says a lot to me. I don't know how it works with Joma Shop or even Max and Roma, but $149 for 50 mil, that's somewhat ridiculous. It makes me think maybe it's older stock has been sitting, but who cares? Because this has been sitting long too. This is the original bottle. This is not like them new bottles. This is the original. That's why I only want the original. I was hoping it was going to be original. Alcott is the other one I think about. By the way, see, I'm off over, please. Alcott was the other joint that I thought maybe it had the honey in it. I would like to get Alcott again too. I got just a little bit left in my shooting stars set, my Oud stars set. I got about that much in my little 15 mil bottles. I would like to find that kit again, Oud stars and shooting stars is like the book. I'll bring it out one day, let y'all see it. It's behind too much stuff right now. And you open it up and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there was 6 in each line at the time, Oud stars and shooting stars. And Alcott. And I ain't spray them all out because it wasn't a lot anyway. So I just sprayed just a little bit, like 5 mil. Amber, oud, vanilla, woody, powdery. Well, all right, forget about the accords. They even got that for $159, $149. I wouldn't buy it. I'm not buying it. Not for $149. The original bottle, I would buy. I would buy the original bottle, but I'm not buying it. Jasmine, argarwood, benzoin, vanilla, cashmeran, oak moss, and bergamot. Linear. That's what's in it. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, no. All thing ain't good things, man. Just because the price is low don't mean it's... And especially if you've never smelled it before. Like a lot of you might not even smell the actual original Mom Luck, Alcott, and the Najaf Zanzibar, same name, or Fars or anything like that. Y'all probably never smelled the original. I got the originals back there, so that way if somebody try to hit me up and want to sell me something, I got the originals back there. But they old, right? They're 100 years old. That's okay. They better smell like they're 100 years old then, because that's the only way I'm going to put it on my skin if it smells like 100 years old. So with that being said, I don't know if I want to spray tobacco honey. I can't see how much is in here. Tobacco honey lasts like 500 years, man. That's one thing I would consider layering, because one day I accidentally layered it because I sprayed some on my hand, and then later on I forgot to try to wash it all off. And then when I put the honey tobacco in there, or tobacco honey, I was like, oh, this smells pretty good. And I smelled this hand, I smelled tobacco. I said, oh, what I had on this hand didn't all dry down or didn't go away, and this smelled good as a combination. Tobacco and honey. And then we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't need a lot. This is one I don't have the bundle spray. 5, 6 underneath the wrist. 7, 8. That was 11, meant to be 10. 10-piece tobacco honey from Guerlain will last you for about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours to tomorrow. All right? All right. I'm out, y'all. I'm going to turn on this equipment just to use this mic so I can put the reverb. But, yeah, I'm out, man. Hopefully, y'all, hopefully, you have a good day. Does that go? Because we in the studio. And we can do this. Because I always do this. Holla at your boy. I'm out. Don't fall for the okie doke, gentlemen and women. It's okay to be by yourself. Stop keeping your kids home so you got somebody to talk to because you're scared to be by yourself. Stop it. You coming? How long you staying? Well, Ma, I ain't got no place. I need to, that ain't what I asked you. How long do you plan on staying? Well, what? No. The answer needs to be not long, one day, up to the point of 7 days. Because at the 7th day, you got to go. And when your old girlfriends or something, move in with them. Don't come here moving in with me. You 30, 40 years old. Now get your behind out, go over to the freaking girlfriend house, and be responsible. And know how to pay rent. Take on responsibility for yourself. Growing behind 40 freaking years old, 30 years old. You ain't know how to pay a freaking rent. Come here, live with me. Bye, boy. Talk to y'all later.